life, sex, goals, and oh, hell knows, this is Midlife Craving. I've got 2 tickets to paradise, one for you and one for me, as I fill you in on an intense, sexy, fun-filled, fucktastic 24 hours that I just had. So much happened in such a short amount of time. It's difficult even for me, and I'm the one who experienced it, to sum it all up. We're talking a sex party, MFM, a fuck bench, my swing, mutual masturbation while watching other couples fuck, triple kissing, a date with my dom, and being fucked so hard that I saw stars. A spank session with my girlfriend, and for a first time ever for me, I fucked 2 women with a strap on, and I fucking loved it. All right, a little disclaimer here. I am tired. It turns out that being 42 years old, my body is no longer a wonderland. And if there's one thing about me, I go all in. I give it my all. And let me tell you, today, I am paying the price heavily. And so, you know what? Like, I was thinking, God, I got to get this episode out. Like, it's due at midnight. And I'm just going to let it rip. So please excuse me for not editing. I'm just going to be me. Real, raw, and uncut, because I don't have any more work in me right now. Before we get started into the hottest 24 hours ever, I want to take a moment to share a few things. Okay, so number 1, please be careful sending nudes to strangers. Just this week alone, 3 of you have reached out to me and talked to me about how you were scammed or blackmailed for nudes. And, you know, this is with people that they've been talking to for a few weeks. So like, it's happening on dating apps and chat sites, right? Like, you get to know them online. You start sharing details about your life, you know, your name, you're discussing a date in a place that you would meet, whatever. And you're digging them, right? And so you finally share a nude, including your face, and bam, they come back at you and say, send me $600. For some reason, I don't know why it sounds like everyone says it's $600. I don't know what that magic number means, but, and they'll say, send us $600 or we're going to send all of these pics to everyone on your Facebook friends list, including family. Everyone that I've talked to that's had this happen, they're like, my one friend was like, I said, fuck it, send it. And then I think most of them, like, nothing ever happened. But when I made a post about this over on TikTok, someone said that, you know, their pics were actually posted to their timeline. And, you know, just imagine your grandparents seeing your nudes, right? And somebody else said that they hacked their Facebook account and actually posted their nudes to their Facebook wall. All right. So listen, you know my stance on sending nudes to strangers, but I get it. It can be a thing for some. However, just know there's asshole scammers out there wanting their $600. All right. So don't get caught up with that. All right. The other thing I want to talk to you about is I wanted to ask you, have you ever had a ruined orgasm? What I mean by that is, you know, you get there and you're about to come, but you move. You get interrupted, or you're trying to wait for a second, or God, the battery dies. Let me tell you, it's the most frustrating thing. I've been using PCAT like crazy. Her 6th setting, I've talked about it many times, has me in a chokehold. Okay. If you want to experience it for yourself, head on over to tracysdog.com and use code CRAVERS20, CRAVERS20 to get 20% off. PCAT is amazing. She is hands down one of my very favorite toys. She's easy to use solo or with a partner. And that 6th setting gives me that mind-numbing, earth-shattering orgasm every time. So, okay, back to the ruined orgasm experience. I've been trying this new thing where I like to finish when the guy finishes, like on whatever porn I'm watching, which most of the time it's JO, jerk off porn. I've been trying to time it exactly right. And something I've noticed, by the way, in doing this is, let me just tell you, like the length of time for male and female orgasms seems to be pretty much the exact same. So that's a little fun fact. But okay, I'm watching my JO video and I knew I was getting ready to come, but I wanted to come at the same time as him. So I rewound and I lost it. I was like, what happened? Where'd it go? And I was so deeply frustrated. I immediately had to rub another one out, but it wasn't like that first intense orgasm that I would normally have, right? I just want to say, like, I was pissed off the rest of the day. And if you're a guy, I've heard guys talk about ruined orgasms and stuff, and like that shit happens to us too, okay? So from now on, when I know I'm going to come, I'm letting it go. Now, let's get into the hottest 24 hours that I have ever had. Again, you know what? I was trying to like write things down as they popped into my mind. Like, oh, I love those like hot flashbacks that you have. But it's been hard to sum it all up. There was so fucking much and so much fucking. And, you know, another thing that's difficult for me is, you guys know, I try to keep some things private, especially when it comes to the respect of my partners. But here's my summary, all right? My summary of my 24 hottest hours ever. So, first of all, I was so excited to attend another lifestyle party. It had been a long time for me with all of my health issues this year. And so I was counting down, all right? And one thing that I've learned for these parties and events is that I like to pregame. And pre-gaming for me includes connecting with some couples, setting the scene, and truly warming up to the main event. So we'll have drinks, light bites, and something I really love doing is other gals' makeup. One, I love playing with makeup. And by the way, I have like this new addiction with putting rhinestones near my eyes right now for fun. I think that looks super hot. I'm even like, can I pull this off at work? No, but I don't know. I'm loving that. But the whole makeup thing, it also allows me to truly connect with the ladies. And let me tell you, as a unicorn, that's a single gal in the lifestyle, the connection with the women, that's most important to me. I want the trust to be built, the comfort level to be secure, and their overall confidence in me to be high. I have to mention this too. It's, the lifestyle. And listen, I get it. The end game is to fuck each other. However, I focus on my relationships and connections first. To me, finding my tribe, surrounding myself with other sex positive individuals. And you can say I'm a liar because God knows I love to fuck. But truly, that's what I put first and what I cherish the most. Actually, I felt like I really wanted to speak on this because I had another unicorn ask me what my secret was for being so accepted and intertwined with everyone in the group. And I told her it's truly because I put the effort into building and fostering, those relationships. And I'm very genuine in doing so. Again, I prioritize the women too, because that foundation has to be extremely secure for both of us to engage, either together or just me with their partner. And many couples in the lifestyle I am just friends with, and that's totally okay. Many I play and have deep connections with, but essentially I try to find a great balance of it all for me in the lifestyle as a whole. So for this party, I had a little pregame with two of my favorite couples, and we did just that: drinks, apps, and makeup. It was so fun, and time seemed to fucking evaporate together. Like for real, like 4 hours flew by. And before we knew it, we were on our way to the party. My friends threw a fabulous party. The house was set up amazing, and there were dedicated play zones and no play areas. That's pretty much always the way that lifestyle parties have been for me. And it was just a hot environment right from the start. Also, I feel like I have to say this and give a shout out to the couples that I was with because, as a unicorn, a single gal at these events, it can be intimidating even for me. And both couples came up to me and checked in with me. Like you would have that with your partner if you're with your partner in the lifestyle. It meant so fucking much to me. And so if you're listening, I just want to tell you, thank you so much, for caring about me, looking out for me, and just giving me that warm and fuzzy. My friend came up to me and he was like, "Hey, how are you feeling? Are you good? You want to talk about anything?" And I really appreciate having that. I felt so safe and secure. And I was like, all right, I'm not alone here. I have people supporting me. And again, that's those relationships paying off, that's how you want to feel. All right. So remember, it's been a while for me since I've been to a party, and not even like an hour into being there, I was like, all right, I'm ready to go. My night started off with a hot MFM session that included sucking 2 dicks. It was like my favorite thing to do. Somebody told me, they were like, you look like you're going skiing, because I'm like, I have 2 dicks. I'm doing like the hand motion. But I started with 2 dicks at the same time, sucking them, taking turns. And then I got bent over a fuck bench, and I had a dick in my pussy, a dick in my mouth. And oh my God, my fucking hot friend was playing with and sucking my titties. Let me just say something. It was a mental photo that I will have forever. I fucked in my sex swing, like my actual sex swing. That was my donation to the party for everyone to enjoy. And I fucked 2 friends in my swing. And then, oh my God, during one of these sessions, 2 of my hot girlfriends were kissing me and making out with me while I was being fucked on it, and they were encouraging me. Oh my God. Then my friend got in and fucked her husband on it while me and my friend were touching her, kissing her. We gave her a vibrator and watched her come. I mean, Jesus. And by the way, that's my first time ever doing that. I feel like in the rooms when I'm with other couples, I am really good at being a cheerleader. And, I like to dirty talk. I'm like, yeah, fuck that pussy. Or, I want you to come all over her, whatever. But this was like the first time that I was like encouraging orgasm and really focusing on the woman. And it was fucking hot. And also when I was in that swing, my friend had actually come up to me and she was like, hey, do you mind if I watch? And so remember, like, that really hasn't ever been my thing, especially at other lifestyle parties I've been to. The areas were designated so they're a little bit more private. And so we're out in the open swinging from the fucking rafters. And she was watching us. And I thought, you know what? Like, that doesn't bother me. And, it's fine if she watches. And it was actually kind of hot because she was enjoying watching so much. So lots of new things here. I feel like I'm all over the place, but there's just so much that happened. And I just, thinking about playing and having my first experience, like at a party, really being watched, like not pulling up a chair either, but definitely watching, being watched. This was new to me. All right. And the party was set up for the enjoyment of all of that. And it was one of those instances where at first I was like, I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but I tried it. And I'm so glad that I did, because I found out that I absolutely do. I had a hot finishing act with my friend where I finished him with a blowjob and he thoroughly enjoyed it. I'll share a hot moment where he was looking at me and he was like, hey, you got to stop. You're going to make me come. I looked up at him and I said, I'm not stopping. I'm going to make you come. It's my job to completely drain you. Lay back and enjoy. And he just like looked at me. I was like, allow me to take care of you, and it was fucking hot. Oh, God, so much happened. I just had like this flashback of me and my hot friend dancing and having so much fun, singing out loud, my neck, my back, my pussy and my crack. Like it was, oh my God, it was like so many things that happened. And it was just, I saw some of the hottest fucking ever. I made out with fantastic kissers. And okay, so let me set the scene. I know I'm all over the fucking place, but this is a lot, right? Sensory overload. As the night was winding down and it was a smaller crowd, our friends gave us consent to watch them fuck in the swing. And my girlfriend said to me, she said, hey, let's grab some vibrators, sit here and enjoy it. And so we did. I had mutual masturbation with my friend, watching our other friends fuck in the swing. And this is another first for me. It was so fucking hot. So we're doing that. And then my other friend came over and she's kissing us, hanging out with us. And the fuck bench was in the middle of the room, sitting there looking at us. She has a nice ass. And I said, hey girl, you want to get in there and get spanked? Like I just wanted to spank her ass. And she did. So I was like remembering the things that my dom had taught me and the things that he has shown me with, spanking and doing that kind of play, impact play. And so I would rub her butt. And she did, she told me, she said, Adrienne, I'm a big fan of aftercare. So like whatever you do, like I really like to feel, spank me hard, then rub me, spank me again. And then, give me a kiss. Like she likes like that touch base or whatever. So I would spank her and I would spank her a little bit harder. Then I would spank her twice in a row. And then I would like hover my hand over her ass to give her the anticipation like my dom does. And she was like, I could just sense like she was so turned on and it was really fucking hot. And we just had so much fun. It was like a full on spank session. So I'm getting so into it that at one point I decided to dry hump her and like thrust her from behind. I want to give you the visions that I was having. So she's bent over the fuck bench and I'm holding onto her hips and her beautiful ass. And I'm like, thrusting into her and dry humping her, right? And a couple of my friends are watching and people are listening to what's going on. There was another room and couples were in there. And my friend yelled out, he said, I have a strap on in the bag. So I walked over and I was like, oh my God, Mary Poppins bag. And it was like full of vibrators and sex toys and fucking contraptions and ropes and whips and all kinds of stuff. And I found the strap on. Next thing I know, I'm slipping it on. I'm adjusting the straps and I get this big dildo and, put it in the hole. You take the suction cup part and you like stick it in the circle and then you're just like, it was like I had a dick. And something came over me. I'm going to remind you, my friends in the bench. I have 3 friends sitting on a couch watching me. And all of a sudden I felt like this massive sense of power. And I remember I was like, you want this dick? And I was like taking it. I was like jerking it and I was stroking it and I was like changing my hands and I was like, putting lube on it and like rubbing it back and forth and looking at my friends. And I was like, do you like this? Do I look good? And they were like, fuck yeah, Adrienne. Oh my God, it was so fucking hot. And then it was go time, right? Like it was time for penetration. And let me just tell you, I have a newfound respect for these men out here finding the hole. Okay. So she's bent over and listen, it's my first time. Okay. So I was like popping my cherry and I was like, she was like, that's my butt. I'm like, shit. So from behind, like I really had to like get under. And remember, I'm using a dildo, so I can't feel, my friend came over and he was like, let me help you. And he like spread her cheeks and he was like, that's her ass. That's her pussy. Put it in there. And I'm thinking to myself, bitch, I have one of these. Like, I know what she has. It was hard to find. And so now if a guy's like, if slipping it in my asshole or, an accident or, moving it around and like, he's not really like, I get that. I understand that now. I found my finesse and I started fucking her. Okay. Like I was giving it to her and I asked her beforehand. I said, how do you like it? And she was like, I like it rough. I like it hard. But I knew like start off slow, work my way up to it. And before I knew it, like I was pounding her pussy. Okay. And that, oh my God, like the dominance of that, I have never done that before. And I was embracing it. I was owning it. Okay. Like I was like, take that fucking cock. And like she would yelp out and I would spank her ass. And oh my God, it was so, my friends are watching. It was so fucking hot. All right. So I'm fucking her, doing the damn thing. And then my friend that was watching, she was like, Adrienne, my turn. She was like, my turn. And I'm like, so I changed the dildo out. She's getting into position and I'm high right now. I'm like, you know what? You want this? I'm high on my power. I'm like, you want this fucking dick too, bitch? You want it? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like spanking her butt. I'm like, get in there. I mean, this is for real. It was so fucking hot. I don't know what happened. I feel like I need to make a name for like that ego that came out, like that male ego in me. And I was so dominant. Like that's not me, okay, at all. Like I'm like the submissive brat. I'm not the one in charge. But with that strap on, I was like, fuck around and find out, okay? Like nobody could tell me nothing with that thing. So again, I took my time with her and I was definitely getting better at finding the hole and I'm fucking her from behind. It's really hot. And she says, Adrienne, I want you to fuck me. I want your titties in my face. And I'm like, she's like, getting, and I'm like, what's happening? What's happening? And like, she wants me to fuck her missionary. Right. So I'm like, oh my God. So she throws herself on the bed. I get up on top of her. And I don't even know how to explain this. Like, I'm seeing it right now. And she's fucking gorgeous. And I'm looking at her and I'm just like, oh my God. And she's like encouraging me. She's like, you look so sexy. Fuck me. And she's like, your titties look so good. And she's, grabbing them and sucking them and just really boosted me up. And I had no problem finding the hole in missionary position. I slipped it in there and I started fucking her. She's sucking on my titties. I'm talking dirty to her. I'm enjoying watching her as she's, enjoying me fucking her. It was so goddamn hot. Another thing she did, she was like wrapping her legs around my back. It was intense. It was hot. But just like finding the hole, I have to say I have another appreciation for putting in that work. Okay, fellas, like it was hard. Like I work out all the time and I'm like, damn, like I know what it means to get on top, cowgirl, reverse cowgirl, all the things. But like thrusting and pushing in, and we were on an air mattress. So I was like slipping, my knees were slipping. I'm like, oh my God. But we had the most incredible time and just doing new things, trying them, seeing if I like them. And by the way, I like them all. I will definitely be doing them all again. But just having that exploration was so fun with people that I, love, care about, trust. And most importantly, we all felt very safe, right? Like you're not going to be branching out and exploring in public areas if you don't feel safe like that. So shout out to the hosts for throwing that party. It was a 10 out of 10. Okay. So we closed the party down. It was like 3 a.m. when we got home. The two couples stayed the night with me, and it was just a really great way to end the night. I woke up, the other couple left early. I'm sorry that I missed them. But the girl that I fucked and her husband were there, and we had coffee, and it was really cute. Like she walked over to me and God, she's so beautiful. And she was like, I really had a good time with you. And she like gave me like a soft kiss, and we're just hanging out, reconnecting, talking about things. Like it was almost like a form of aftercare for me. And it was really, really nice. Okay. Jesus. That afternoon, I went and watched football with Katina. I had a few high noons and I felt re-energized, right? Like I was back to life, which was great because I had a hot date scheduled with my dom that evening. I came home and I got fully ready for him. I truly believe in look good, feel good. I had on this little lace black dress and oh my God, these hot crotchless fishnet tights. Like I was looking at myself in the mirror and I was like, oh my God. I was getting so turned on getting ready for him and by how hot that I looked. Like when he arrived, I don't even remember him walking in the door. I was just immediately all over him. We were all over each other. And I was like, let's get it on. You know what I'm saying? So listen, I was trying to think of things and like what I wanted to share, but I feel like the moments that I share with him, they're very private to me. I do share a lot, but not everything. So that just tells you how much, but they're private to me. And so I'm just going to give some cliff notes / tips of our sexcapade together. So 1, in addition to the looking good and feeling good, make sure you set the scene. I think about things like having water by the bedside, always having lube, extra condoms, a vibrator, right? And then like, I feel like my favorite thing about setting the scene is the lighting. And if I've learned anything in the lifestyle, lighting is key. And I love red lights. I feel like they make me look beautiful. They make everyone look beautiful, right? Like they hide imperfections and my confidence is the soaring. Now I'll fuck anywhere, daylight, whatever. But there's something about that sexy red light, the red light special, that I love. It makes me feel really good. So I actually linked it on my Instagram page. I have this light that I bought on Amazon. It's like this light stick. I love it. And that's bright red. And then I have the LEDs behind my headboard. So there's ample lighting, but it's red and sexy. So set the scene. Okay. I want to also say, based on my time with him, these sessions and sexcapades, fuck fests, or just even, whatever, these sessions should start off slow. Okay. So even though the excitement's, it's high, it's all right. Like I'm like, get in here. I'm going to fuck you. Right. But take your time undressing your partner. undressing yourself. Have them slowly undress you. Lots of slow kissing, admiring each other, complimenting each other, like saying, I'm so ready to fuck you. Like, I'm so excited that you're here, and just building up that excitement. You know what I mean? I think that's something that's really missed is, taking your time and building up that excitement and starting off slow. Okay, something else that I want to mention is that you don't have to kiss the entire time, right? Like making out and slow kissing and all that stuff is hot, of course, but just being close, like face to face, is extremely intimate and amazing too. So I was like hugging on him, and I was like next to him, and I was just like, we weren't talking, we weren't kissing. I was just breathing, and he was fingering me. And so he's listening to me. I'm listening to him. He's, following my lead with what I like by the cues that I was giving him. You know what I mean? And like, you don't have to be making out the entire time. Like, he's really taught me that you can just be with each other, like close, like touching lips or whatever, but you don't have to be kissing the entire time. So I learned that with him, and I really noticed that this time. Something else, talk more. Okay. Say what you want. Say what you feel. I said immediately, I was like, I want you to put cuffs on me. I said to him, I want to make some requests. And he was like, okay, what would you like? I mean, I'm using my words. I'm saying what I want, like, he's not a mind reader. And I said, I want to be choked. And he knows we dabble into asphyxiation. So I'm like, I want to go there. I want to be pinned down. I want my hands above my head. And I said, I really want my hands to be bound behind my back and choke on your cock. Like, I love that blowjob and that play that we do. So I'll be on my knees with my hands behind my back. And I remember, I can't use my hands. So he's in full charge of my face and my throat, and he'll be fucking me. And he knows my limits. He'll be fucking my throat, and he'll push his cock deep down there. And he knows I'm like struggling a little bit, and he'll say, good girl. That's a good girl. And it's so fucking hot. It also motivates me. I'm like, you can take it longer. You can take it longer. Like, he knows, and he like gives me breaks to breathe. But me telling him like, I want that. I want to have that right now. And then he does it. It's amazing. So talk more, make your requests. And it's super fucking hot too. The same thing was starting off slow. I even said to him, I said, I'm going to take a minute. I was like, I just want to take a minute because I was so excited. I had my cuffs on, and he just fucked my throat. I'm like, let's go. But I looked at him and I said, I'm going to slow down for a minute, and I'm going to really just embrace. Like, you don't have to rush to penetration. Like, just take your time, let it go, enjoy the moment, and relax. I found that he's really taught me how to do that. When it comes to the penetration, those first few thrusts, they should be slow and deep and intentional. That's something like those first few thrusts. Every time I play with him, I'm just like, oh my God. And it's amazing. Also eye contact, and then even more eye contact. At first, when I started doing that, I was like, this is awkward. Like, he's looking at me. I'm looking at him. I'm looking at his right eye, his left eye. Now I don't give a fuck. I'm just looking at him with intention. And I'm telling him with my eyes, non-verbally, I like what you're doing right now. I love the way you fucking fuck me. Okay. Like, your eyes say a whole lot. It's also super intimate. And I don't know, it's just a different level of connection. Use oral as time to take breaks, right? I've had multiple partners do this with me, and I love that. Like, when you're thrusting for a while, like, and like I said, new fucking found respect, to take breaks, go down on each other, right? Like, take a moment, and not everything has to be rush, hurry up and come. Like, be in the moment, be present, and really enjoy it. But if you want that break, give me some oral, or I'll give you some oral. A pro move that I always talk about is lick it before you stick it. Okay. And don't be afraid to lend a hand. When he's fucking me from the side or even on top, like, I'm rubbing my clit, and he'll say to me, rub that pussy just like that. I want to hear you come, like stuff like that. He's encouraging me, I want to talk about the sideways position that we do. And he's like the only one that I really have done this with. So imagine that you run and jump up on your partner to hug them and like you wrap your legs around them, right? Imagine that you guys just like fall over in the bed in that position. So my leg's under him. He's laying on his side. He's inside of me. My other leg is wrapped around him, but we're weightless, right? So we're just side by side and we're just fucking each other like that and looking at each other. And I'm really loving that position. It's very intimate. It's very close. It's also kind of like a rest position and it's good penetration. So try that. You know, speaking of positions, try many in your sexcapade. Like in the one session, like try many. And here's the ones that we did. Missionary, doggy, like the closed leg doggy, like both of my legs are between his, knees, that deep, tight penetration. We did the sideways position, cowgirl, reverse cowgirl. By the way, pro tip, ladies, get on your feet. Okay. Like I know it's fun to ride cock and I love that deep penetration too, but get on your knees and fuck that cock. Okay. And then, for the men or your bottom partner, like I love the way he holds my hips up. Right. And then he'll also fuck me back. Like, can we talk about that? I mean, does make, fuck your partner back. A lot of guys that I have sex with, they say, in addition, they're like, wow, your enthusiasm is amazing. Like you love sex. So you can tell. And that's great. Right. And I know there's some people, they're like, I have to work up to that or whatever. But so many men say to me, they're like, it sucks when your partner doesn't fuck you back. Or if they don't see, what did he call it? He was like just lay there or whatever. But think about that, be active in the moment. And that's almost like feedback too. Like, yeah, I'm liking that. Fuck me harder. You know what I mean? So fuck your partner's back. All right. So I really like summarized that little session up. It was very hot and just amazing, incredible sex. I have to say, after summarizing all of this up, I'm thinking to myself, is this real life? Like, is this my life? I kind of wish I could watch these last 24 hours on video. It's funny. I actually said to my dom, I was like, I wish we could record this and then watch it. We could sell it. You could bottle this energy up and sell it out there. Like I told him, I was like, we would have world peace. But yeah, it would be, I don't know. I'm having like a very humbling moment right now. I'm truly feeling like one of the luckiest girls in the world. Not only am I having incredible sex, but I have amazing friends in the lifestyle who love and support me. They let my freak flag fly high and accept me and appreciate me for me. It is absolutely positively amazing to be so free and liberated. This weekend, these 24 hours were nothing short of incredible and so much fucking fun. But the party isn't ending. I actually have a date this week with one of my very favorite couples, and I'm looking so forward to it. Yes, one from the ones from the party. And I'm buying a strap-on of my own, and I will be exploring that more with her. And I'm going to show her exactly how I give blowjobs. I'm going to use her husband as the model because she said, Adrian, the way he talked about the blowjob that you gave him, she was like, it makes me feel like that was the best blowjob of his entire life. She was like, I want to learn your secrets. And I am so looking forward to that. How fucking hot is that? Okay. And then also, that shows you what an incredible and confident woman she is. And again, she is so fucking beautiful and gorgeous inside and out. But she's like, hey, my husband loves your blowjob, so show me your ways. Okay. I mean, and I'm telling you, she is so hot. Like she makes me nervous, right? And I'm saying she's fucking gorgeous, but she's even more so inside. I just can't wait to see them. Okay, cravers. What a wild, hot, incredible 24-hour period, huh? I am going to go I feel like my voice is, I'm cracking. I'm tired. I'm going to go get some much needed rest. And I think on the next episode, I'm going to talk about the mismatch of sex drives in relationships. It's something I've wanted to talk about for a long time. I'm also still trying to get Viking on my show to talk about sex post lockup. God, he's such a good storyteller. It's so hard to orchestrate guests and stuff. I'm also trying to book Candace from the Unicorn Landing app, and I want to talk all about experiences in the lifestyle as a unicorn, which, by the way, I am fully embracing my unicorn status. I'm just out here riding on a goddamn rainbow.